What's going on, everybody? It is David Palmer, the Leo King, and this is my show, Uncut Astrology, where I take off the mask and go deep behind the veil and give you this week's astrological forecast for the week of August 30th through September the 5th of 2017. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of the Leo King app. And we are out of the eclipse energy, but we are coming into getting out of Mercury retrograde this week. Getting ready for the full moon that's going to happen in Pisces. And Mars is going to move from Leo into Virgo by the end of this week. So there's actually a lot of stuff going to change, and I think for the better. I think that, coming out of this eclipse, and I think that more importantly, with the Mercury retrograde, it's been intense. It's been a lot of shifting. And the good news is right away, boom, Mercury comes into Leo at the beginning of this week in retrograde. Now, you'd think that'd be really good news, and I think it is, because Mercury in Virgo in retrograde is a little bit too much because it's in its natural home. Mercury in Leo kind of just wants to focus on the fun stuff. So this is definitely a week where we can focus more on fun things in our life, more positive aspects. It's not so much of, oh my God, my life needs to be fixed in this way and this way and this way. Yes, the sun is still in Virgo, so there's a tad bit of that will continue this week, but it won't be so intensified because of Mercury retrograde there. But Mercury and Mars are going to conjunct in Leo, and this is going to be interesting in the weekend aspect, because as we step into September, right away, boom, Mercury and Mars conjunct. Now, this can mean a lot of things. One, watch out for accidents. Two, really watch what you say, how you communicate. But also, this is going to try and understand what you really like in your life, what will make you happy. I think that there's so many options on the table now that Saturn's gone direct in Sagittarius. It's been sextiling over to Jupiter in Libra. So there's been a lot of options on the table, and it's like we're trying to fix something that, or I guess we're trying to fix our lives, but we're also looking at so many things that, of course, it's almost impossible to fix anything, because at every corner you look at, I got to do this, I'm overwhelmed, I don't know if I could do it, I should do this, or it becomes too much. And the Leo energy is going to help go, well, what's the most important thing? This weekend is about what is the most important to you. And actually, I think if I were to put an overall theme, what is the most important thing in your life? Now, I say that because Mars and Mercury are going to conjunct at the solar eclipse spot. So they're both going to come from different angles of trying to understand what this whole eclipse in Leo has been about that was on the 21st. Which I think since August 21st, we've been a little bit overwhelmed. And so this is going to, I think, be a big sorting out energy. I did a live stream on my Facebook, but I talked a lot about how this is also going to connect to 2 years ago at the beginning of August 2015, when we had major squares at this 28-degree zone, and fear and old things and purging the last 2 years, which could really come this weekend, about you facing some sort of fear and doing that by coming into love. There's going to be a lot about coming into love this weekend, a lot about stepping into your heart, stepping over old fears, and really learning to use this understanding of new confidence in ourselves and direction, instead of overwhelmed and unsure and too much on our plate to try and fix. Confidence, direction, and knowing what is the most important to us is very important. Now, as we come to the end of the week, things get intense, because a full moon in Pisces is brewing, conjuncting Neptune. The sun also is going to oppose Neptune on Monday. But on Tuesday, when Mercury's coming direct, Monday into Tuesday, boom, Mercury turns back on. There's a full moon on top of Neptune. Now, I'm going to cover this full moon more in depth, of course, here on the app. But here in this Uncut, I want to let you know that it's all leading towards, I would like to call it a shower. It's almost like it's been very difficult. We've been just doing so many things, and that feeling to where you haven't showered all day after been working, or you haven't showered in a couple days, and that feeling that just is like, gosh, I need a reset, I need a shower, I need to be cleaned. This full moon is going to clean up a lot. Now, I don't think it's going to clean up messes, but what it's going to do is it's going to clean your internal soul. It's going to clean all the stress. It's going to clean a lot of the confusion. And even though this could be a very confusing alignment, I believe that it's here to bring relief to the Virgo energy and be like, there's a lot of things I know you're fixing. It's almost like a water slide after a really hot day, or a really nice cup of lemonade, right? And with ice on it, with a porch, after you've just been working out and sweating all day. And so I think a lot of people are going to report this as like, oh God, this is a bad full moon and it's negative. I think that this full moon is a first aid relief in our life. Mercury's coming direct to turn on in Leo, and I think we're going to have a new understanding. Mars comes into Virgo now and goes, I know what I like, so let's get to work. And I think that there's going to be a major bit of really fast, holy shit, I got to get to work as we come into next week. As we come into next week, it's like, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. But the stress level is a little bit, it's going to be there. Let's not get that confused, but it will be at a level to where it's handleable. It's moving forward. Mercury's direct, Saturn's direct now, and this full moon in Pisces allows us to have that relief so we can get back in the game at full gear. I think that this is going to be a great, great week, actually, even though, yes, there is some very intensity with Mercury and Mars. There could be accident stuff or people getting mean or angry. And I don't like to focus on the negative stuff, but be careful of that stuff during this transit of this week. People have kind of headed up to here with the stress and wanting to fix things and overwhelmed in their life. And this is where they can pop. It's going to be important for you to take this energy and find ways to relieve your stress, and especially this full moon coming on Tuesday night into Wednesday, about letting things go as Mercury comes direct in Leo and focusing on the positive and having a direction, so when all this crazy energy to fix comes back on, you know exactly what to do with it instead of being so scattered. Thanks so much for all the support. I truly appreciate it. Hope you download my awesome September horoscope. It'll be out late on Thursday night, or join it live. If you're watching this, you know, you can actually be part of it live. Go to inclusiveastrology.com. Either way, click there and purchase it. Purchase the pre or the post show. It'll be there for you. Thanks so much for all your support. I hope to see you also, everybody in Los Angeles. I just really had a big conversation with Hilton today about all the people coming, and we have room. We would love to have you there. Super cheap. You could walk literally from the airport straight to the hotel. I'd hate to miss out with you and me to do something in person and all of us to come together. This is when I do it. I only do it once a year like this, and I did it in LA to make it super cheap. Cheaper than even when I thought Vegas could be, because it's the easiest airport to come into, and it's just right, literally. The hotel is on airport property. Like, you could literally walk right there. So thanks so much. Truly appreciate it, and I will see you next week.